Mikey, Buddha, and Brilliant Waffles.
I don't drink soda.
What were we going to say right before we started? I was all like, let's start it up and then I'll tell you.
Oh, yeah, something about like dreamscaping or pee-plaping or...
Dreamscaping, plea-plaping.
Rip-rapping, slip-slapping.
Here, let me get one movement on this.
Oh, dude, I almost pulled this and the fucking whole dilly almost came down on me.
Oh, dang, dude. Watch the dilly, please.
I am watching the fucking dilly.
We finally got our dilly hooked up.
Yeah,
we got dillies again.
See, here's the problem, is if I look at said camera, our people, we lose audio.
What do you mean lose audio?
See, look, we lose audio.
Well, no, you're supposed to go like this.
Oh, I'm supposed to cock for him?
Yeah, or just move your eyes. You know, like that's usually what I do.
Yeah, but you can't see it with the glare in my glasses. It's
Just
creepy.
give it a little glance, a little glass glance. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Yeah.
You could like shade your eyes when you look. But there was totally something we were going to talk about.
You're going to tell me about something I've never heard about. You're like, you ever heard about this beep? And I'm like, nah, dude. And you're like, cool, I'm going to tell you about that. And then you're like, no, I'm going to tell you about it as soon as we start.
Yeah, I don't know. I do remember that we were talking about how oh, wait, I don't know if I want to say it or not. About how you hit that kid.
Oh, yeah.
So you reprimanded someone else's kid.
Yeah, he's like my nephew.
Yeah, it was a slight reprimanding.
That's not like I beat. I hit him with my chocolate.
Yeah, give him a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little spank on the puss. And I was just talking about the other day. Do you remember when you were a kid? Yeah. And you were yeah. Of course. Welcome to the Natural Habitat Podcast. My name is Mikey Booyah.
What up?
I'm joined by William Waffles, and we have mics.
We got microphones today.
The mics are working. This has been a whole adventure of me getting different cords and different dongles and attachments and things.
He
that I had
likes to
hook
get
up.
new dongles.
And we finally got it to work. And what I will say into this is, do you remember when you were a kid?
Yeah.
And you took that like first handful of trips where you would like do more than just spend the night at a friend's house. You would spend a weekend or you would go on a camping trip or something like that.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you were thrown into this new way of parenting that you grow up with a certain things, certain norms, certain reward systems and abuse, and everything's all dialed out a certain way. And then all of a sudden you're in this new car. We were watching Big Mouth the other day.
Okay.
And Nick's all like, when are we going to stop to eat? And he just throws him a bag and he's like, there's some Cheez-Its in there and an old tuna sandwich. Have fun. And he's like, well, when can we pee? And then he throws him a thermos and he's like, don't get it on my seat. And I was like, man, I totally remember that. Remember like, hey, do you want to go with us to, it was usually like a camping trip. You're like, cool. And then all of a sudden you're in the back seat of a car with this family and it's like a whole new way of life for 2 days.
Oh, yeah. I had it the opposite. From what I remember, my dad was a pre-sunrise leave kind of guy when we went anywhere. And like we were there in the morning and like, you know, you start your day and you're ready. Like there kind of a thing. As I got older and went on trips as a teenager, like with a friend, I always went with their parent. And their parent had no time schedule, like compared to my parents. Yeah, it was very much, oh, we'll leave at like 10:30 or 12. Yeah, well, and I'm like, fucking excuse me,
10:30 or 12.
I'm there at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
like I'm already setting up camp and having fun after lunch. Like we're leaving and gonna show up at nighttime.
Yeah, I remember one in particular where I went. And I think I might have just been staying the night at someone's house. And this was like elementary school, I want to say. And I remember they had this big ass fucking bougie mansion house. Like it probably wasn't that big, but it was big compared to my house. Yeah. And they had this walk-in pantry. It wasn't just a cupboard with a couple boxes of fruit snacks in there. Yeah. This was a pantry you walked into and had it was like a grocery store in there. Yeah. And they had name brand everything. And I remember his mom was like, hey, you guys have whatever you want to slumber party, have fun, get sick if you need to, fucking, just stuff yourself with whatever. And I remember going down there and just being able to grab whatever. And in my house, it was like you had to ask if you wanted something,
Yeah.
So that was a trip. And that always stuck with me. And like these different ways of life that everybody has. It's crazy, man.
It is. I remember the first time I went to like a more well-off family's house to stay the night. And like they had a room about this size, like on the second floor of their 3-story house for video games.
Oh, yeah.
Like it had a TV and a couch in it. Like that's all the room was for. And to me, that was like
unheard of.
Yeah. Like I'm like, what the fuck? You have a bedroom to sit in and play your video games?
Yeah.
Like no other toys were in there. Like it tripped me the fuck out. I'm like,
different strokes for different folks.
Yeah. That's why I guess that's one reason I'm so hard up on having an office.
Yeah.
No matter where I live, it's because like I need that environment to do podcasts, to play games, to put my toys.
Yeah. That's why I want to get this fucking big ass iguana cage out of here and put like a couch,
I don't know, but I like Frankie, dude.
Yeah, but I mean I was thinking about just putting him in the fish tank with the Burmese fighting fish and just kind of like mash it all together.
Say goodbye to your fish, dude.
The whole ecosystem, they can hold their own. They'll be all right.
All right.
But, there's all these different ways of life, and that actually is a good segue into today's episode, which is about a new way of life.
Yeah.
And that way is 2021.
2021.
2021 is here. This is actually the first episode of the new year.
That it is here now.
Welcome to the new year.
Yeah.
And I think that this year's going to be crazy. And, last year, 2019 was crazy.
Yeah,
and everybody's like, oh, man, this is a crazy year. 2021 is going to be nuts.
It's going to be off the hook. And in the way as, when you have a stumble, like a bad year like 2019, you can't just like pop back out of it. You're not just like, bam, running next year, 21, fucking like all off and great. No, you got to take a couple of steps to get yourself out of the shit, God, 2019 was long.
Yeah. So I actually have a quick timeline of 2019.
Okay.
That we could go over real quick on this website that is refusing to load.
Refusing. Sorry.
Refusing to load.
I get hyped sometimes when shit doesn't want to go the right way. Yeah. That's what my wife says. I'm a 30-something-year-old white male, and I need to have it now.
And I need to have it now. Yeah, I mean, it's not false.
No.
But, I really should have had this pulled up.
New year.
Here we go. We'll do 2019 Wiki.
Wiki.
Okay, so January 1st out the gate, New Horizons. Hits the Kuiper Belt.
Oh yeah, space stuff.
Yeah, a bunch of cool ass space things happen. Same-sex marriage becomes legal in Austria.
Yeah,
which is cool. That's where that's where Arnold Schwarzenegger's
from?
The
Governor.
Let's see. Chinese probe. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, Chinese landed on the far side of the moon, which is dope. Donnie Trump took us out of the Nuclear Forces Treaty. It's cool.
SpaceX Dragon spacecraft. March 3rd.
Oh yeah, Pope Francis out here killing it. He was the cool
that's
Pope.
Right.
He got rid of the throne. He said gays are fine by me. Like, Pope Francis is dope. He's a woke Pope. They call him woke Pope.
Would you like some of this cigar?
Yeah, this tobacco, or not tobacco. This is a water vapor cigar. I think that's legal. Because you can't push cannabis. You can't push tobacco. Can you push water vapor anymore? Or is that illegal now? I don't think you can,
dude.
Water vapor is illegal, right?
Well, here, would you like to partake in this log with me?
Yes. Wait, what? Is beef jerky okay?
It's an incense log.
Snap into a Slim Jim. That's what you could say.
Yeah.
And then I pass it and then it pops. When
or can we just call it a cinnamon stick?
Oh yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Could be like leftover festive stuff.
Yeah.
Had this leftover from the Christmas year.
This is it's what I didn't use in my mulled cider.
I like it. What's this? The Islamic State of Iraq popped up.
Yeah, dude.
So I mean, Julian Assange got arrested. So you guys get the joke, right? We're saying that 2020 didn't happen. 2019 was the last year that happened.
Yeah.
2021 is now.
Yeah.
We're going to pretend that nothing happened.
Yeah.
We're going to pretend that last year
It just didn't happen at all.
You guys get it.
Yeah.
Everybody gets it.
Yeah.
You get it.
See yourselves. Wow. Whoa. Okay, so this is Miko, right? So hello, hi everybody, blah, 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 blah. Oh my god, there's so much. So she has a shirt.
That's an accident.
Oh, hold up.
Don't worry about that. That's one of my predicks, dude.
Do
Do you know who that is? You know CodeMiko?
Is that her? Is that her name?
CodeMiko?
So this is segueing real hard right here for some reason. I don't know if this is the same one, but on Snapchat, I have recently been seeing this person that isn't real. Mm-hmm. Everything about her is fucking fake. Like CG everything, fake voice everything, all AI everything. But they have like video of her with other people and like her doing shit in the real world.
Yeah. So that probably isn't her, but that's, you know what? Let's actually get into it. Let's get into today we're talking about predicks for 2021.
2021. What's going to happen?
What's going to happen? And I think that this is a great transition into one of my predicts, which is the new wave of entertainment, which is VTubers.
VTubers, is that what it's called?
Yeah, they're virtual YouTubers. And this is some sort of animated, sometimes it's artificial intelligence, sometimes it's not. And it's just really a animated entity that is running this channel or some sort of, public personality or public figure on Instagram.
Our age bracket isn't too unfamiliar with this concept. We had the Gorillas when we were in junior high.
Yeah, very true.
Which was a animated visual concept band. Mm-hmm. So it was a band with real people, but at no point do you ever see the real people. Not even in like concerts. They always did like a big screen.
Yeah, they do a big screen with all the animations on there, and they would have some band members, but all darked out.
And it's like people know who they are still. They just came out with an album not too long ago, Gorillas. Mm-hmm. They are entertainment where they are a cartoon facading as something real.
Yeah, and they could create this storyline and then have, I think why, the Gorillas in particular have such a wide range of sounds and styles is that there's been over 300 members of the Gorillas. They had orchestras on some songs. They always are changing out the guitarist, the drummer.
See, that's something that's cool about it.
Every project has a new cast of characters, but they all play the 4 members of the band.
Yep.
Which all have their own story. They all have their own personalities that can draw people in. And I think the story of it was Murdoch, who is the bassist and a really creepy looking one.
Yeah.
He hit someone with his car. He might have even hit, what's the lead singer's name? 2D? Mm-hmm. He might have even hit 2D with his car and went to court and got community service, which was he had to watch over 2D, who goes in and out of these states where his eyes go all white, and he goes in and out of these states of consciousness.
Damn, homie, you went way deeper into this shit than I ever did.
And Murdoch is responsible for helping him and taking care of him. And then they built this friendship along the way and then formed the band.
That's super cool. Now I remember something that, falls back onto what the main subject we're talking about with this is when they first came out, internet was kind of new. And I remember if you bought their CD, it gave you a virtual key to their trailer online.
Yeah.
So it was kind of a virtual space, not really, it was all 2D, but the camera would shift and then you could highlight items and it would talk about what it was or...
Now this is where I took a virtual tour of their studio.
Oh, okay.
And it was this whole building and this whole complex. And that's where I learned that story, actually.
Okay.
From this one day that I took a trip on the internet through this thing. And then I remembered that.
So we at different points in our life have stepped into this realm and done our research and played around in it. And but yet to this day, I've never spoken about it together.
Yeah. So there's been, these animated avatars for people to live through.
I'm having a cinnamon flare up. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. The powder got in your nose. You did the cinnamon challenge or whatever that was from 10 years ago.
God. No, I never did that, but it didn't sound fun.
Me neither.
Here, let's swallow a bunch of powder that won't ever, be gone in my mouth.
Yeah, it just thickens up on your throat. So, there's been all these animated avatars that people live vicariously through and live out their dreams and shit. And one that I found out about recently is CodeMiko.
Okay.
So, CodeMiko is so I don't even know where to start with this story. I guess I'll start with what's going on? Everything okay over there?
Yeah, everything's fine. I'm just trying to see if I could shift down to where this other one is real fast.
What I'm finding right off the bat, and this is what creeped me out about the one I keep seeing, is how real she looks.
Yeah.
She looks real, but you can tell that's clearly CG.
Mm-hmm.
This other one I've passed over so many times, just scrolling, and I kept going like, who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is that?
And then I finally clicked on it, and it was almost immediately like, hey, this person isn't real. It was like a news report on them.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, well, they fucking had me.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy.
Right?
And there's this whole, especially on Instagram, there's a lot of influencers that are they're made up,
right?
Virtual people. And it's almost like an insane level of The Sims. Like someone's playing Super Sims. So there's this girl, her name is the Technician.
Okay.
And she worked as a game developer for the past 4 years, just for, companies and little games and whatever.
Yeah.
And she had started this project, which was designing just this character, Miko, who is named CodeMiko now. She went through a couple names, but she started designing her in January of right after 2019.
Okay.
And a couple months later, something happened, and then she had to stay inside forever. So she just threw everything into designing this character.
Okay.
And then bought a mocap suit, which I believe it's pronounced mocap, even though it stands for motion capture.
Yeah.
Every time I hear people talk about it, it sounds like mocap, but I always want to say mocap for motion capture.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to look it up. I'm just going to, say that there's two different ways of saying it. But she got this mocap suit, and it's like a $30,000 suit.
Yeah.
And because got cinnamon in there, because she's a developer, she got a discount and got it for $13,000.
Yeah.
So she bought this suit, designed this character Miko, made a whole storyline for Miko.
Yeah.
Which is she's always wanted to be in a top level, known around the world, multi-platform video game.
Yeah.
But she has a glitch in her system. So she has a multiple personality disorder thing, and then she does a little glitch out. She'll disappear and come back every once in a while. So she was banned from being in any games. So all she could do is roam around in between less popular games and bootleg games.
So we're kind of almost in a Wreck-It Ralph reality, kind of.
So she made it to where Miko could jump in and out of these different games and play them. And in VR world and using mocap, and it's capturing all of her movements and shit.
Yeah.
Then she started building a world outside of the games. Because, I mean, in the beginning, I think it was just like a menu. You pick what game you want to play. You hop into it. She's in there.
Yeah.
Then she started building this world. Then she built Miko's house. Then she built Miko's room. Then she gave Miko a computer. And then Miko started YouTubing and making YouTube videos. So I think she'll explain it in this video, but her computer mirrors the technician's computer.
Okay.
And Miko's phone mirrors the technician's phone.
Okay.
So she could show Miko's phone and it's going to show what's on the technician's phone.
Okay.
So she created this whole world, lives through Miko, and now Miko has a YouTube channel where she's interviewing people. And she's amazing. She has like the best sense of humor. So someone just rated her stream right now. There was like a big YouTuber and they do this thing where when they end their show and they have like 3,000 people live viewing, they'll say, all right, we're going to raid this stream. So everybody go to this stream, this live stream that's happening right now, and, you know, leave comment. It's usually someone that they like or whatever. Yeah. We're just going to raid them. Everybody go there. So he sent everyone to CodeMiko, and then she got all geeked and like put on the suit and got all excited. So this is the technician and the technician's cat.
You know what's slightly comfortable is to know that they almost look alike.
Yeah, they do.
I was so worried looking at her, thinking that it was going to be somebody completely different.
Yeah, you guys can see yourselves. Wow. Wow. Okay. So this is Miko, right? So hello, hi everybody. Blah, 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 blah. Oh my God, there's so much. So she has a shirt that basically scrolls chat. And right now it's just popping off, okay? Like popping off. So try to say like one word that's like the same. So then you can see like, that's not. Basically, I changed it. Since the letter D is apparently pornography, I changed it. So now it's PP. And when you do it, it has like different sizes of PP. So it can be a small PP, a big PP, large, massive PP.
So CodeMiko is dope. Yeah, that's crazy.
Don't type it in.
Miquela?
Yeah.
How do you spell it? Give it to me.
That is Miquela.
Miquela. Fictional character.
This is the one I was talking about. I found her.
Yeah, we had a technical difficulty glitch and we're back now. And within that, Bill found Miquela or Michaela?
Michaela? That's got to be it.
It's got to be pronounced Michaela, right?
Yeah, look at video. Find a fucking video of her. I've never seen these old shots of her, like first renditions.
Yeah,
I've never seen those. I've only seen the like what's running with her today. It's weird how I'm talking about this artificial intelligent program as if it's like a person.
Ah,
dude. It's fucking weird.
what the fuck? She looks like a... You're like, which one's real?
Yeah, it's real scary. So imagine, like you're just scrolling, right? Not really paying attention, but you're paying attention and you cross over this face. And about in 2 days, I crossed over it like 20 times.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, what the fuck is this? Let me click on it. And there, here we are.
What?
Show her talking and shit. Find a video of her talking like, this is some weird promo video for her. They're like, look. Yeah, she like raps. Dude.
What? She did a live show?
Yeah. This shit's a trip. The internet's a trip. Technology's a trip. 2021, gonna be a trip.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Okay, let's see.
So a song
Yeah,
she
this
did?
is a video.
I haven't seen any of her videos. I know she sings.
And she sings.
When we used to be close, you said you were home, but I just call you.
I don't know. I think her voice is like fully CG'd too. Like,
What happened with you, though? I miss what we used to be. Out every night in the streets.
What?
go like listen to her talk too.
Yeah.
Like that may be the same fucking voice, unless they're paying one of them like high-end lady singers to do it for her. I don't. That's a real thing I could say, right? High-end lady singer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. Michaela talks about being a robot on Howard Stern or whatever.
Well, she's on the Stern show, bro. Like,
in the pattern app.
Let's do this.
look at it.
Zach sang
That's not that Stern show.
Beautiful human. We got Dan here. Hey. And we welcome to the studio.
Okay.
Hi. Thanks for having me.
Okay, so I'm only going to call you Michaela, right? Not Lil Michaela?
No. I just added that to my Instagram because it looks cute, right?
It does.
Yeah.
I have this terrible habit.
Whoa.
It's creepy.
Her face is creepy.
Yes.
Her facial expressions. And she's doing this.
I do the
So,
same thing. I refer to people as like their user.
so is Michaela ran by a person?
I don't know.
It's got to be.
I have no idea about her history or anything. I've just recently ran over her, and the fact that you brought up your AI person
Yeah.
makes me curious. Does this AI individual, is it ran by another person, or is it? Because I think this is thoroughly like an AI individual.
This virtual influencer explained, despite what her copywriters would tell you, Lil Michaela is not actually a robot. None of this is artificial intelligence. It's just a computer program. So
Okay.
they're telling her what to say. And I think that podcast, because it also seemed like it was, like they were working.
Well, she has her own podcast,
Yeah.
so
And they were like working with it to where they probably had worked out responses, and they would ask the question,
Yeah.
and then it would play in their headphones, and then they obviously like added her in later.
yeah, maybe not. I mean, who is this saying it? Vox?
Yeah. More like, yeah, I can't think of anything funny.
Yeah.
I'm not firing right with the Vox joke.
So, besides the AI that we see largely developing in the near future, have you seen the picture of the fucking robots dancing on New Year's Eve, their celebration? To type in robot dance. 2021 robot dance celebration. It's like Mitsubishi or one of the large robot making corporations that put out a video showing the talents of their robot. So let's pair what we just watched. Yeah, these videos down here. Boston Dynamic
Oh,
robots.
Boston Dynamics is the ones that.
So let's pair what we just watched and just talked about with what we're about to see.
Here, let's pull this.
McKinney, my friend, people watching with us and listening, this shit scares me.
Okay, let's go over here and find a YouTuber with it.
A YouTuber? Oh, yeah, because, yeah. All right. Can't we just do it no audio? You don't need the music that's on there. You just play the video.
Yeah, but I didn't want all the pop-ups on that page.
All right,
whatever page that was.
I hear you.
I want to go.
We're trying to make sure that y'all get the content that we want to show you.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at us being thorough and shit.
Look. Oh, what?
I'm telling you, dude. And that's not even, you're not even seeing the crazy one. You're not even seeing the crazy one that pops out of nowhere on you. You're like, the fuck is that? So this is where we're at with robot technology. This is humanoid-esque robots.
Yeah.
You know, bipedal.
And look at those fluid movements and shit.
It's fucking scary, bro.
Yeah, imagine that thing hunting you down.
Oh, shit.
Imagine trying to run from that thing, because you're going to have to.
I can't run from that thing. Look at it. Look at it fucking go.
Eventually, you're going to have to.
Here's its boy.
Oh, damn.
All right, look at them getting down together.
Like breakdancing together?
Like some old like Russian dance. Oh, here's the dog, right?
Ah!
Yeah, get it, dog.
Yeah,
get it,
your-
dog. They doing the running man,
It
right?
grabs your dick.
Hold up.
Twist it off. Or your clit.
We ain't even in the weird one yet. Something's about to pop out. You're gonna be like, the fuck is that, guy? I don't even know what its main purpose is.
Man, this is so creepy.
This isn't CG.
Yeah, this is real.
This is like legitimate robots moving in like real time. I don't even fucking know. I don't even know what that is.
Is that some sort of robot ostrich?
It's got like a brush on the end.
Yeah.
Right? But like...
What the fuck,
So again,
dude?
take what we were just watching, put it on this.
Uh-huh.
We have fucking Terminators, dude.
Yeah. We're right around the corner.
Yeah, all because I know we have realistic skin and shit, but I don't think we have like the blood vessels in the skin style shit yet. But we're so close to some weird shit happening.
Yeah. I know that all of these things are progressing separately. Like you have these guys that are making these robots and just kicking them and lighting them on fire and torturing them and teaching them that humans are bad. Then you have, the technician that made CodeMiko and can write all of this code and make all this stuff. Then we got Monica or whatever her name is.
Maniker.
Maniko
or little yeah.
We're back at Miko still.
Yeah. But it's like...
Yeah, then we got all of these, and then we have, realistic skin tissue and, like, sex dolls for, think of, like, the real dolls that they make.
Yeah.
That look and feel real, and the skin heats up. And it's like...
hands and shit.
Yeah. But you go from, like, this weird-looking alien, like a floppy fish thing, like when you would...
You're giving me the creeps, dude.
What was the movie where the guy was... Lil Dicky. Did you watch the Lil Dicky show?
Yeah.
And when he had that, like, that fake pussy that was also an ass and legs and feet, it was just like the bottom half of the
body. He tried shoving it in the shower.
Yeah, and it was just floppy. And like, so you go from that to what looks like a real person almost.
Yeah.
And it's almost as real as those videos of those people that we watched.
Yeah, it's getting real scary, dude.
So you take all these things and then you have, 3D printed materials and 3D printed organs.
Right.
And shit like that. Now, put all that together and you have a fully functional, fucking invulnerable, live forever.
And it also sounds like we're making the story and plot to a sci-fi film.
Yeah, right?
But it's reality.
All of these things are progressing on their own.
Yeah.
All innocent.
Uh-huh.
And all cool.
Uh-huh.
And then if you just combine all of the technologies together.
Somebody at some point,
if I remember, I can cut that out.
Somebody at some point is going to come around and fucking be like, look what I did with all your guys' stuff.
Yeah.
and people are going to be like, you can't do that. And people are going to be like, oh, I fucked it. It was so good. And people are going to be like, I only paid it $20 and it killed my ex-wife.
Yeah.
So, like, we're getting to the point where things like this are going to be scary. And then what do we do? We're going to have this weird thing where it's like, well, we can't really technically, blame this guy for murder because he didn't commit the murder. He just suggested the robot murder, and then the robot murdered. So
yeah. So what is that? A conspiracy to murder? I mean,
look at it shaking its big ass.
You could fight it, and you could be like, I mean, I was told that robots couldn't hurt humans. Like,
that's a lie, dude. That's a fucking lie. You see how there's like no humans around? It's because these robots might hurt them.
You know what's funny is that we've been warned of this since the beginning of fucking time. Yeah. And it's happening. We're watching it all happen. 2021, I think, is going to be...
What is the purpose of something that does that movement?
Yeah.
Like... Storm was coming in, my
Yeah,
God.
that sounded stormy.
So,
Stormy Daniels.
Are we going to hit the other subject?
Yeah. Before we get to that, to the government stimulus thing. Yeah, before we get to the stimulus thing, I have a premonition about the music industry.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
I think that the music industry is going to go through this huge change this year.
Okay.
And I was thinking about making a video on it where I get more in depth about it.
All right.
I do.
All right.
But here's the thing, okay? There is 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you needed a company that you would have to hire to distribute your music online.
Yeah.
And you would send them the files, pay them hundreds of dollars, if not thousands of dollars, depending on how much you want to put up.
Yeah.
And they would upload it to iTunes and all of these like music directories back in the day.
Yeah.
Then, for the most part, you were just pressing up CDs, which was, expensive in itself.
Yeah.
Then, 5 years ago, they started coming out with all these services like DistroKid and TuneCore and shit where you can do it all yourself. You add the artwork, you add all the metadata, add the information, send it off, it gets approved, and you get to do it for like $100.
Yeah, that's cool.
Then within the past like year or two, there's all these smaller, third party middlemen services that will distribute your music for free. You just go through, you get ads on their app for whatever, you distribute it for free. They don't give a fuck, And it became a lot easier to get your music online.
Word.
So anybody could do it. And now all of these streaming services are getting oversaturated with things. Mm-hmm. And I think that in 2021, Spotify is definitely going to stop pushing curated playlists. You're only going to get, Rap Caviar, fucking, and then your Discover Weekly and Release Radar, which is tailored for you from Spotify. And they're going to be the ones that influence what people listen to.
Okay.
But I've noticed recently there's this weird thing where it started where I tried to listen to Roll Out by Ludacris.
Okay.
I was getting ready to leave somewhere and I said, it'd be great right now is if we played Roll Out by Ludacris. So I typed it into Spotify. I see it. Roll Out, Ludacris. Boom. Click it. And it's like some weird sounding remix of it. Then the guy that starts rapping it is 100% not Ludacris. It's just some guy. So I look on it and it's all like Damon Kotep featuring Ludacris, Roll Out by Ludacris. And it was like a cover song that he had done. Because Roll Out, for whatever reason, wasn't on Spotify. They did this thing where they pulled like certain albums.
Okay.
So he was getting all the clicks from people that were looking up that song, which is a popular song.
Yeah.
So, that's money. He had millions of plays on it. Then I was like, okay, you shouldn't be able to do that.
Right.
Then recently there was a guy who I produced a song for.
Okay.
And he put my name in the wrong spot when he was putting in the song. And now I'm one of the main artists on the song instead of a producer. So I should just be in the credits if you go click in there.
Yeah.
But it showed up on my Spotify. So if you type in my name on Spotify, my latest release is a song from another guy that I'm not even on. So it's like, I didn't make the beat for it. I just engineered the session. That's it. So that's kind of fucked up because now they're going to get a whole another idea of what my music is if they go listen to it right now. So I've been trying to get that pulled. Then, do you know who Token is?
Nah.
He's a rapper, little goofy white kid.
Nah.
He, there's a new song that came out on my Release Radar by him that is not by him at all. It's by some guy who decided to call himself Token.
Okay.
And it got added to Token songs instead of creating a new page for the new Token.
Yeah.
And it just got past everybody. So now he's getting all these plays because everybody thinks it's a new Token drop. It got added to all these playlists by Spotify. And I think that the labels, like the major labels, which are now like controlling. Sorry. The major labels that are now controlling Spotify.
Yeah.
They're gonna put an end to this real quick this year. And it's gonna be impossible to upload your own music by yourself. You're going to have to go through an accredited service.
Yeah.
That's registered with BMI and like ASCAP and make sure that your shit is copywritten and that it's you. And if there's a feature that it's verified by the team of the artist. And like, I think all of these things are going to be required within this year.
Yeah.
And that's my prediction.
That's a good prediction.
It's a trip though.
It's a very good prediction.
Predick.
Number 3.
All right. Did you ever... There was a video of that UFO,
Yes.
right? Did you send it to me?
I did not. It's easy to look up. It's the first one that popped up.
Okay. So there was a UFO spotted. When was this?
Last night. What's the date today? The 3rd. January 3rd. Late at night. Yeah, here we are. There was a blue UFO flying over Hawaii that crashed into the ocean. And here's the thing, is normally, like, oh, big whoop, plane crash, let's call the police and the FFA. No, people thought it was a fucking UFO and called the cops and the FFA.
And said, hey, UFA.
UFA, we got a OFA.
We got a OFA over here. Oh.
Made a big splash boom, still glows underwater.
So they said, do you see what I see? And it turns out everybody saw it.
Everybody saw it.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, look at it. It's blue and squiggly looking. I mean...
Okay, let's see.
I've seen a bunch of stuff in the space or in the sky before. Mm-hmm. I ain't never seen really something that's like purpley blue wiggly looking.
Ain't never. See, I knew I should have pulled this up on YouTube.
YouTube. Let's see, here we go. The long load. Man, I just need to clean it.
It's dark and cold in here. Oh, that's why.
Eventually,
make us fucking watch an ad.
Eventually, the commercial will pop up and be gone.
Okay, here we go.
Yep, here we are.
I can't hear you.
Yeah. We are devastated that we are finding so many UFOs flying around here.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, see, look. And there's like a bunch of people who have seen it and have like video of it.
Dang.
I look up and then I was like, shit. Started calling my husband. Come look up there. See if you see what I see. All they said was, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you could tell it's something. You saw depth there for a second. It's up there. And... whew.
Yeah, you can tell it's big, and it fucking got all sideways. Mm-hmm. Stood up.
It looks like it could be trying to, like, get out. We called 911. We have, like, one cop for somebody who came out and checked them out.
I like your commentary on the subtitles. It's working.
Well, my husband went and looked up, see? You said husband.
My husband.
Damn. Crazy, dude.
That's nuts. So that thing flew up and went into the ocean, and a bunch of people saw that shit.
Yeah. So, I mean, like...
So that's a good way to start the new year.
Yeah.
Because we found out that within this stimulus package that was just passed in the United States, if you're listening in the United States, there's a stimulus package that just got passed.
The wee one.
The wee $600
Not the big
one. But within this stimulus package is it's like a requirement to something that's written in another paper. So it's not written in the stimulus package, but it references this other paper and it says you have to do this.
Okay.
This becomes effective.
All
then
right.
you have to go find that other paper. And that paper says that the government has 180 days to disclose information on UFOs. To any information that they know, which, I mean, of course, they can stuff that's top secret for security reasons. They can still keep things classified and redacted, which they will.
Oh, 100%.
But they have to provide the American people a UFO files, if you will.
Word.
Which are, information on what they know, unidentified craft that have gone into military airspace and shit, and more of the things like the Tic Tac UFO.
Yeah, because there's so much of that kind of stuff out there.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot.
And they told us that there was one very similar to the Hawaii thing of a big triangle UFO that went down into the ocean, and a bunch of people saw it, and there was video of it that was, official government video that they were going to release around the same time as the Tic Tac video, and then they didn't.
Ooh, that cinnamon was almost hot.
Yeah. But, I mean, it's really hard to, focus on because of everything that happened in 2019. There was a lot going on.
There was a lot.
And when they dropped this news amidst all of this, it kind of it hit weird. And we're all desensitized by UFOs and shit from seeing these videos all over YouTube and throughout the years, and what's this and what's that. Oh, a guy made it on his farm. But, I mean, this was a video taken from a... Yep. Trending. Large UFO drops into Oahu Ocean, alerting FAA in Hawaii.
I guess we didn't have to look it up.
Yeah, you're right.
This page has been pulled up since I got here. It has. This is the first one I pulled up.
That's some good cinnamon, dude.
Yeah. So this video was from a not this.
Why does it
video.
look like a dick all of a sudden, dude?
It looks like a duck dick all spiraled. Who the fuck is that guy?
All these fucking lunatics talking about this.
I mean, they're us. They're no different than us. Look, that's me.
Look, come down out the sky. Like I have the head. Yeah, we got the heads on. And
yeah,
we're yelling in microphones and shit.
Yeah, we're just angry 30-odd-year-old white guys talking about.
Thankfully, we're not
UFOs.
Just us by ourselves in a room.
Oh yeah, true. We're friends.
We are us in a room. I mean, this is
there's two of us at least.
Yeah.
But this original Tic Tac video, which actually is right here. This is one of them.
You take a tick.
That was taken from a military jet that had 4 different types of cameras on it, infrared, this and that.
Yep.
And this was a craft that had 0 heat signature or propulsion that we could see.
Yep.
There's no trail coming off of it. There's no heat at all coming off of it. And it went from, I don't remember the exact numbers, but it was it went from 200,000 feet to 5 feet above sea level within a second.
Yeah.
All of a sudden it was 200 miles away over here. Boom. There it is. And we don't understand how that happened. And just that in its own is insane and opens the door to everything.
Well, that and it rotates multiple times.
Yeah, it was all spinning and still flying and seemed like it wasn't being obscured by the aerodynamics of it.
Yeah, gravity wasn't.
Yeah, this is a
as
torpedo.
Much of this in play.
Yeah, this is a torpedo, and then it went sideways, and it didn't fucking shoot out or slow down.
It turned sideways and kept its momentum going this direction.
Yeah, which defies physics.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, unless you're in the Slave One.
Yeah, true. So I always thought that flew weird.
Dude.
Very weird.
Seeing it again recently. Like, why wouldn't you make your spacecraft more aerodynamical?
Yeah, and the way that it lands, And then when you get in it and then you fly.
So you're like laying back when you get
I guess aerodynamics don't matter in space.
Or is like your seat
there's no
like gyroscope. So no matter which way it is, your seat.
No. You get in and you have to lay on your back to get all strapped in like you're in the space shuttle, right?
Yeah.
Then,
every fucking time.
Then you shoot up and then all of a sudden you're in a regular seat, but everything in your ship, which is like a house or a RV, is now sideways. Everything is up. The floor is the wall. Everything's up. Your cups are everywhere. You got all kinds of pencils and knickknacks on the bottom. It's like everything has to be glued down. It's insane, dude.
What a horrible design for a ship.
Yeah, you should get up. You should go like this. You should fly away like that.
No. Upon first seeing it, it was... Oh, that's crazy.
But it makes no sense.
Yeah. Now as an adult, it's part of my life. And I've had years and decades to contemplate its existence. You could have made it look a little more aerodynamic.
Yeah. But
leave it like this. Make it so it doesn't have to stand up. Would have been fine.
But I mean, if 90% of his travel time is in space, then aerodynamics don't really matter. It should be comfort.
You're right.
But there also isn't any gravity, so he could create gravity, I guess, in space. So even though it's flying like this, like down is this way.
We would have to... I am very curious on the working abilities of the slave one.
Yeah, we actually should get into that on a future episode. Like, how does this work? Why is this the most practical way? George Lucas, tell us.
Right? Like, every other spaceship they use has, like, some kind of, like... Oh, that makes sense. That looks like it's supposed to do that.
Yeah, not this.
No.
Not this. Yeah, think about how much sense the Millennium Falcon made.
Yeah.
It made so much sense.
Because it looks like a Frisbee.
Yeah, you had the thing on the end, and that was little pilot quarters, and you're like, that's cool.
Yeah.
It's like a car, you're off here to the side, so if anything happens, you're all safe over here. So... this bill, which is the Senate Intelligence Committee, says that all the observed airborne objects that have not been identified should be included in a detailed analysis of unidentified phenomena. Yeah, just give us all of it. So why, how is that in the fucking COVID-19 stimulus bill?
Corvid?
Yeah.
19?
Yeah. What's it called?
COVID. Corvid is a specific type of aviary bird.
Yeah, bird flu.
It's not COVID. They're not COVID birds. Bro.
Bat flu. Same thing, dude.
Sure. Pangolin flu.
Yeah. But,
originated in a pangolin.
You know, inside of this Corvid fucking stimulus bill is UFO disclosure, which is crazy to me.
I mean, you gotta sneak it in where you can sneak it in, right?
Yeah. And I think that, you know, not just within the next 180 days, but I think within the next year, that we are going to like come to understand and learn a lot more about extraterrestrial life. And it's not going to be a question. I mean, for a lot of rational people, it's not a question that, yeah, there's obviously intelligent life somewhere in the universe. If it's infinite and it goes on forever and we're here, then yeah, there's something out there.
There's got to be something.
And if you look at, you know, where we are in the galaxy and how far we've reached with our communication and our instruments, and it's like we barely have made it off of our little rock. And there's so much out there that we don't even know.
A lot of people's concepts of an alien break down into like 3 or 4 different things. You have humanoid aliens, which look like people. Uh-huh. You have grays. Yeah. Grays or greens. I'll put those in one category. You have lizard people. Mm-hmm. And then you have anything that's not one of those 3. I.e. like gaseous, like weird blob, or like tentacle, you know. And I remember when I was younger in school at some point, we discussed what alien life would look like depending on where it came from.
Yeah.
And something that I have recently found, I believe it's on one of the streaming services, Netflix or Hulu, it's Alien Worlds. And, you know, me, I'm like, whatever, I'm not going to watch this. It looks dumb. My wife randomly put it on last night to show the preview of it. and it's really good CG, and it seems to be scientifically based of what aliens would look like depending on the atmosphere and the environment of different planets.
Oh, dang.
So, like, I'm almost immediately sucked into it. And they're like, oh, this, and this is how they would look on this planet. And, like, no joke, subconscious fucking 8th grade comes slamming in from the back of my head to my forefront. And I'm like, I remember the report I did on the Saturn planet and how it would have gaseous, because it's a gaseous planet, it would have fucking, like, seed pods that are carried by hot wind. And those seed pods would have some kind of, like, plant life matter to them. You know? Yeah. That's just the type of life you would find on that planet. Almost one of the first things they're talking about is seed pods and the fucking flying creatures that eat them. And I'm like, oh, what? So see, it's not just the government. It's not just our own feeling. It's not just shit we're seeing. But now pop culture is again taking another step to be like, hey, familiarize yourself with this.
Yeah.
You know, we've been talking about aliens and extraterrestrials on many of our podcasts, on many conversations we've had with other people. It's been a huge discussion in our generation from this point forth, and that's where we're getting to people putting these things in.
Yeah.
And we've been almost, for generations now, being taught what it's going to be like and not to fucking freak out and don't fight them. I mean, this has been rebutted to us countless times a year via movie, story, all kinds of shit. So when it happens, nobody's going to shit a brick. Jesus believers and people who think we came from Adam and Eve alone are going to lose their shit.
Yeah.
But like a good 50+% of the population is going to go, oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and you're right, because we've been conditioned to deal with this. We know all of the different scenarios. Yeah. We know all of the different reasons why they would be here.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing, is that whoever the powers that be that, you know, is controlling this information, which a lot of information goes out in pop culture and like movies and shit like that.
Yep.
And whoever's controlling it knows that these things are out here, and probably that they've been fucking flying around into our oceans and checking us out and shit. But nobody has had this huge interaction yet, so nobody knows what they're here for. So they're running past all the different options.
Yeah.
You know, they're here to learn from us. They're here to harvest us. They're here for this. They're here for that. But in almost every single iteration of it, they are more powerful than us. They're dangerous. Humans are just just running and dying.
I was literally just thinking, I've never heard a story or seen a movie of a space of like an alien invasion where they were less intelligent than us.
Yeah.
Like I can't recall any of them.
Yeah, I don't think there's any.
I mean, we've gone to other realities or other planets. But at no point do we ever see a story or hear a situation in which fucking, I don't know, rhinos come here and try and fucking kill us. Like with the mentality of a rhino.
Yeah.
So like
yeah. Or just, you know, some idiots fucking come fly in and we just easily outsmart them or trick them or nothing like that ever.
Right?
Yeah.
It's always like a grand
idiots.
It's always like a grand thing that like some dumb human pulled off to like save the day.
Yeah. If anything, I would say Mars attacks. But they did a lot of damage, dude.
They did a lot of fucking damage.
So say what you will about how dumb they are, they did some damage. So
man, I watched
They blew up the White House, dog.
I watched one that was weird. They had this like big rock that landed all over the place. And like they went into it and then talked to the aliens. God, I can't remember the name of it. Really good. It was all about them bringing peace. And mankind was just like losing their shit, thinking they're going to kill us all.
Was it, have you seen Arrival?
That's it.
That's what it is?
Yeah, that's
it. And they're like at the wall and it's like these big octopus things and they're like writing on it.
Yep.
That was cool how they had their their spot inside of their ship that was their atmosphere.
Yes.
And then they had the line, and then they had our atmosphere
again,
in that little chamber.
another
like
show-
a little docking, like in our spaceships.
Another show of massively more intelligent than us. And, I mean, look at the biological aspects of them. That's something I always thought was super cool in that movie.
Yeah.
Is they're not your typical, oh, I'm an alien, or like anything weird. They were fucking massive. And like not what we would physically expect them to look like.
Yeah. That was like a whole other thing.
Yeah. That's what I think we would find more commonly than something even remotely to our size.
Yeah.
Is something larger from a different galaxy that has completely different properties than we have ever seen.
Yeah, just like, you know, the dinosaurs got so big because there was more oxygen or something.
Whatever it was.
Whatever it was, they got bigger, and that's why they were so huge, and that's why we have, you know, elephants and shit like that. Their blood processes the oxygen differently, and it makes them grow. So, depending on what their environment is, it'll be a whole other thing.
Yeah.
And I think that we're going to find out a lot of shit. And I think that these people that have been like going to alien conventions and, oh, they're out there, man. And I got abducted and I seen the thing. And I was up at the top of the grade with my friend and there's a bright light in our truck.
Again, these assholes are us.
Yeah, it's us. These assholes are us. And, you know, I think that it's going to validate a lot of that.
Yeah.
A lot of those feelings. And I think that just if the government or whatever powerful, you know, entity or smart, you know, college or whatever was like, hey, here's the files, UFO files.
Yeah.
Turns out they've been, you know, watching us. There's all these counts. Some of them are fake. Some of them are real.
Yeah.
Here's the ones that we could prove. Here's information on it. Then that would almost like put to rest a lot of these people that think that maybe they're insane.
Well, that, and do you know what kind of shit you get done when you give it to the internet?
Yeah.
If you can't prove something, or you're having a problem, you know, determining which one is real, give it to the fucking internet.
Yeah.
I mean, do you know how many people, like, there are people that have intelligence levels way higher than anybody that works in the government that will never be found where you can find these files. You know what I mean? So, like, we need to mass distribute things like these so everybody, with all their levels of intelligence and ways of thinking, because maybe someone who's not hella intelligent will put together something, you know, add
or
the
someone
missing
that's
piece.
really into this part of it and someone's really into this part of it.
See, and that's how we figure things out. That's how we're going to learn, is by being open and exposing things that we need to talk about. You know, don't lie about stupid shit like this. If you guys are saying it's just, you know, enemy aircraft from around the world, then stop being fucking stupid about it and be like, we saw enemy aircraft in our shit. Not like, we don't know what that was. We have no clue what fell into the ocean last night. And you're like, fuck you. There's like 120 people who watched it. Well, it was unidentified flying objects. It's like, well, okay, cool. You don't know what they were. Were they UFOs, or were they clearly a spaceship, or like, you know, a plane?
Yeah.
That you guys were fucking around with, or that somebody else was fucking around with. Like, you know, there's probably 90% or 80% of these. I saw a UFO was probably something the government was doing or knew about. And then was like, no. 'Twas an alien, but aliens do not exist. And you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. It was a weather balloon.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that, so I think that 2021 is going to be the year of like beyond human. We got these VTubers, we got AI, we got Boston Dynamics robots. We got everything coming together, and now we have...
So
the UFOs are about to be identified. They're about to be IFOs.
So was it Japan or China? The Gundam.
Wop Wop Gangnam Style?
No. Do you not know what I'm talking about?
No.
The 60-foot tall fucking robot that they made?
Yeah, I remember that. I think that was in Japan.
Okay, so Japan made like this giant fucking Gundam, and if you don't know what a Gundam is, it's a robot that is either like remotely controlled or like inside controlled.
Like a mech suit.
Like a mech suit by somebody for fighting purposes. You know, it's like a cartoon thing. So they made one, fucking huge, and you know the first thing they did with it was? That's the first fucking thing they did with it.
That's dope.
So, you know, like, that goes along with the lines of it. I don't think they can like have it walk. It's not like hella like the robots we were watching, but the fact that they're able to lift this, you know, 120 foot or however big it is, I don't know how big it is, arm fucking up and go brrr. You're like, what the fuck, dude? Imagine that thing moving like one of these. Yeah. And if we've gotten it to the point where it's able to move like this now, give it 5 years. That thing's going to run. What do we do when we have a fucking 120 foot running robot that has jets and fly?
Fuck. Yeah.
2021, yo.
It's wild. It's going to be wild.
We're going to have fucking flying robots that look like humans. We're going to have aliens. The music business is going to get flipped again. Boop.
Flip flop. It's going to be crazy. And it just started.
Just started, dude.
So
we days deep.
Yeah. And right at the end, I was like, what's going to happen at the end of after 2019?
Yeah.
There's got to be one last whammy.
Yeah.
And it was MF Doom.
Yep.
Rest in peace, MF Doom.
Now that wasn't like an end of the year thing.
It was announced at the end.
It was
of the year.
announced.
Yeah.
They didn't want, you know, a bunch of business about it, but still that was kind of a hard hit for a lot of the hip hop community.
Yeah.
He was a hell of an artist.
Yeah. And like definitely original.
Nobody
was like
I was
MF
going
Doom.
to say unique. Like,
yeah. Crazy unique.
Yeah.
Paved his own way.
Yeah.
Did whatever he wanted and had that like refreshing originality that inspired so many artists.
Like crazy, but fresh. So.
Yeah. Rest in peace, MF Doom. He's with the aliens.
He's with the aliens now.
What if they're like, when you die, the aliens take you? They've always come to collect our dead.
Maybe they do.
They might.
I mean, who's to say?
Natural Habitat Recordings.